Always, this podcast does not contain any financial advice either from the podcast owners or its guests. We are, however, smooth-brained apes who just love the stock.
Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting you.
Guess what? I tell you who you weren't expecting. This man,
Josh. We've got an extra guest.
Welcome to the Great Escape, Josh.
Oh, thanks for having me,
man. No problem. So Josh reached out to us. So we actually took a piece of Josh's DD last week, and he messaged us and went, "Hey, do you fancy a bit of a collab?" And we're like, "Yeah, that sounds great." So Josh is in our time zone, so it's much easier to do a collab when somebody's in the same time zone as you. So welcome, Josh. Thank you for reaching out to us. What did you call it, Sam? What did you call it?
Oh, what? When we're getting together, it's a pod crash rather than just a podcast. It's
a pod crash.
Possibly the world's first pod crash. Don't know.
Possibly.
We should ring Guinness World Records, or just Guinness and get some alcohol. One or the other. I'm not bothered. Just ring Guinness.
So let me plug Josh for a second. Here he is. Say hello.
Cheers.
Josh. So his Twitter handle is @give_me_the Jist, and he has some awesome websites, so YouTube. So also, we should be streaming on Josh's on YouTube channel as well.
We are. I checked. It's working.
We are. Well, that's good news. I've not checked.
We're normally plagued by technical issues on this podcast, but fingers crossed, all going well so far.
And
it does appear to be working.
Well, it is. And the Gist has a website. So, Josh, you want to give 30 seconds of what the Gist is and what it's all about?
Basically, most of it is my podcast. So it's like me having conversations with people that I find interesting. I try and find people that have perspectives that you maybe wouldn't usually hear from while we discuss like more topical issues. And I try to like get a good understanding of what someone's actually like, what their argument actually is, because I'm noticing like weirdly more and more that people on either side of the political aisle don't understand the arguments of their opponent. Or like people on the side of any issue, it doesn't even have to be specifically politics. They just don't understand like what the other person's argument is. And I think that's really important to like A, solidifying your own, and B, like understanding the issue, and also not hating your opponent on whatever issue it happens to be. Because that's generally what happens, is like you just think they're wrong because they're an awful person, basically. And I find that that's very rarely the case. Like there's just dicks everywhere. So it's not like specific to one opinion or the other. So yeah, I just try and find people that I can chat to that are talking about interesting things and have like well thought out perspectives. And I love a bit of financial corruption. And that's why I stumbled across GameStop all these months ago. At this point, 18 months ago.
Don't we? Yeah, we all have a little bit of financial corruption, don't we? Yeah, sorry, mate. Go on.
I'm just saying it feels longer than 18 months now. It feels like almost a lifetime of this.
It does. HODLing. I mean, it has been a lifetime, but we all know the hedges weren't going to just capitulate and die, were they? They were going to go down with a massive fight, weren't they?
Yeah.
Massive fight. So, and that's where we are right now. And I think we're getting to the point where, and we've talked about this before, we're getting to the point now where factors outside of the US, factors that they can't control, are now taking a hold that is driving a different way of their doing things, which is why we're seeing things like crypto getting attacked. Anyway, we'll come on to that in a second, because crypto is part of our 5 in 5. Right. What are you drinking, Sam?
I'm drinking some whiskey. I'm sorry, Homer's Ghost just put mayonnaise in the comments, and it just made me chuckle quickly, and I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. It just made me chuckle. But I'm drinking whiskey, White and Mackay, however you want to pronounce it. Simple as. That's me done. No beer, no cups of tea this time. Straight on the whiskey.
Straight on the whiskey. Yeah. Josh, what are you having?
I have got some Czech beer called Staropramen.
Yeah, I like that.
It was on offer one day I was there, so I'm still drinking my way through.
I love Staropramen. Staropramen.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's quite sweet.
It's okay for its lager, isn't it, Staropramen? It's like,
it's good.
Enjoy a pint or two of that every now and again.
It is good shizzle. I are currently on this stuff here. So I'm going to suggest you're never going to get this in the US, but this is from a brewery in Buxton, which is actually in between where I live and Sam lives. And my friend brought this over.
Part of the world,
it is a very beautiful part of the world. And this is probably one of the nicest beers I've drunk for a long, long time. And I do drink quite a lot of beer. So there you go. That's good. So that's the Buxton Brewery. And then as chasers, I've got a caramel mousse. And I've also got a MOASS beer company. So these are from Beer 52. So I'm plugging Beer 52. They've not sponsored this podcast, but if you'd like to sponsor this podcast and give myself, Josh, and Sam some beer, that would be very good. And we'll continue to absolutely plug what they do. So Beer 52 have a beer subscription, and I've subscribed to it, and I love it. And to finish it all off, I have a bottle of the Farag, and I find my life after all of this, then it will be a miracle.
Wow, so, you're on it. Yeah, you were on it tonight, dude.
Man, I've only got a few beers in the fridge. Like, how trash do you plan to get?
Yeah. I'll have to get some to get some sent to you now. Like curry some beer.
I'm just trying to spot what's in the leftover spirits that are sitting on top of my cupboard.
Everyone has about 6 or 7 bottles with just little bits in the bottom that it was just too much to have on that night. It's like, oh, another day. Oh. And you end up not drinking for ages.
This woman can't believe that we're planning to drink that much in 60 minutes. It's
no!
Never been drinking with people from the UK, Irish people.
We did a podcast with Cosmic Lightning Warrior, and by the end of it was about 2 hours. I was that drunk, I fell asleep under my desk. It was still live, and I was passed out. I was absolutely on my ass drunk. I think
I've never had more than 2 beers during a podcast, but then I'm the one doing the interview, so I haven't got anyone sat down long enough to get really trashed with them yet. It'll come eventually once I get a studio. Get people in.
Absolutely. Right. Loads to cover. I don't know whether we want to start. I don't know where we want to start with the super obvious place to start, because that's probably the biggest topic we've got for today.
Do it. Just jump in. Let's start there.
Let's jump in. Right. So we are obviously going to start with, let me share my screen because I have not shared my screen. Let me do it. Oh, where is it? Where's it gone? Window. Word.
The big topic of the week, obviously, is R. Kelly getting 30 years. That's what we're going to discuss, isn't it?
That could be a topic we might have gone to once I had all this drunk all this beer and all this whiskey.
How amazing would it be if Kenny ended up sharing a cell with R. Kelly?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly got more years than Ghislaine Maxwell.
I know.
I know that. That's like the most bizarre, non-bizarre thing. God knows. I mean, there's some really good memes out there. Trafficking
kids to nobody must not be looked at as that bad. Like if there's no clients, then she was just sent. It's like the elevator to nowhere. Like.
Absolutely.
Dark sense of humor.
No. You're going to fit in beautifully here, Josh.
The darker the better. Yeah.
Right. So we're going to start with this. So last week, our podcast probably wasn't the best podcast we've ever done. And there was not much to talk about. And we're both really tired.
Yeah, we've not done much research. It'd be one of those weeks. Like, yeah. And we managed to waffle on for an hour and 6 minutes anyway.
We did. And then we were whinging and moaning that we'd have anything to talk about. And then literally the next day, this beauty came out. This beauty made it into our inboxes and changed and just really confirmed all the stuff that we've been banging on about for the last 18 months in one. And I don't know what to say. Josh, what's your view on this? There's so much to cover on this one.
It's like it's getting to a point where like they're openly just telling us that, like, they're just saying, like, this is how bad it is. This is how like blatantly that you can break the law, and we will literally do nothing about it. We will actually write it in our report. Like, we will not like try and hide it. We will not bury the report. We will not classify it. We will not even like put it in such horrendously unreadable form and language that no one would dare troll their way through. It's like, we're just going to write down how criminal this is, and then we're going to publish it and do fucking nothing. Like,
Exactly.
it's just like, it's just a big fuck you. It's just like, yeah, there's like they break the law. So, well, you know, like I described it with my friend, right? As like, you walk into the police station, right, with the murder victim, like hand them your fingerprints and the weapon you killed them with, and then just walk out. And they're like, all right, like, in what world is this okay?
It is absolutely mental. It's just beyond crazy. This it's beyond crazy. Like you say, all the things they do, even the DTCC waiving margin calls and whatnot. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean,
everybody is completely corrupt.
But right, so we knew they waived the margin calls, right? Like, we knew that already because they admitted it in like March, I think, in a letter from the head of the NSCC, as far as I'm aware. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But we knew that they'd waived the margin calls for like a full week, right? And someone who made this really brilliant point to me, and they were just like, look, if there's like, if the rules are there with this, like the way they calculate it, it's like black box algorithm. But like, they know what's in it, but no one else does. Like the Twitter algorithm, for now. So like they calculate it in order to like assume that you have the money to cover whatever the positions are, right? And the really weird system is just saying like, you are not so leveraged up, or like the positions that your clients have taken are not like putting you at such horrendous systemic risk that you have no way to finance these positions if anything even like slightly goes wrong. That's what that is for, right? And so they have this like super complicated algorithm that calculates like what it should be. And it was like flashing like fucking red signals, like like absolutely like worried out of control. You know that SpongeBob meme inside his head where he's like going around and tearing everything out of the drawers and right. That's what was happening at the DTCC when they saw Robin Hood's fucking position, right? And then Robin Hood was just like, well, we don't really want to pay that. And they were like, well, could we pay a bit less? And then they negotiated down and down and down and down until they just decided to waive them for everybody in the entire market, right? So what the fuck is the point in this fucking algorithm and these limits that they set in order to like keep the market from being like really, really, really stupid risky? If they just get rid of the fucking thing whenever it gets really, really, really risky.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so much so that actually this picture here, this picture of a truck falling off the edge of a cliff, was a real meme that was posted internally on Robinhood's chat bot. That it said like, this is us right now. It says the problem is right now we look like this, literally driving themselves off the edge of a cliff, and that was something that Robinhood memed to themselves. So this is from I mean, this is all over Twitter. If you're an ape, you'll see it everywhere, but this is from AMC Cheerleader, so at AMC Cheerleader, who's made the show a few times before. And the next one up is going to be beautiful. We're going to see them fucking fall. They're going to get annihilated, wiped off the face of the earth, smoked. With double, triple, quadrupled our positions, they're going to drive right into their hole, just like they said. Yes, exactly that.
If they keep making the hole bigger, they just pop out on the other side sooner or later. So let's keep digging, guys. That must be the way they're thinking now, because they're in far too deep to ever really financially come out unscathed. You know, everyone is being liquidated at one point, sooner or later. But why not keep digging and try and take the whole system down with them?
Oh, absolutely. So just to quote Dave Lauer, so a friend of the podcast, Dave Lauer.
Well, Dave.
Hi, Dave. So neat how the NSCC recognised the potential for systemic risk and decided to waive many liquidity charges. Just shows you TBTF is alive and well. Get big fast and be confident the rules don't apply to you. So this was the extract from the testimony, the report that came out about what happened. The NSCC waived the excess capital premium charges for non-payment, and this was the internal conversation at Robinhood. It says, we will navigate through this NSCC issue, and then he replied again saying, we are too big for them to actually shut us down. I mean, wow. I mean,
he was right.
I mean, ballsy. You know, it's a brave move, Con. Let's see if it pays off, and it did pay off for them. So yeah, I mean that was interesting. But what also this report did. So we've just talked about how it confirmed that we've been right and we're not tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists and people like, the mainstream media have not said anything, and I will come back to that in a second. But what did happen is this.
Trended like a mofo.
It went mad. So this is from Loss. So Loss won 1K Hustle. 23,500 tweets. Ken Griffin lied, which obviously, has tweeted and consistently tweeted for the last 18 months, but it went bonkers and still continues to trend right now.
Ken Griffiths lied under oath and Ken Griffiths corruption. Ken Griffiths is not for everything. It was just going mental.
So this is from another friend of the podcast. So AMC Tattooed Merm8 at RiggedGov. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Fucked America, GME squeeze, Ken Griffin lied under oath, AMC not leaving, Citadel scandal, AMC short squeeze, and Ken Griffin lied, which I cut off, unfortunately, at the bottom. And then it just went crazy. Yeah. Everyone went crazy. This is from Money Fever at Cash Paraxia. AMC, GME, Ken Griffin lied. To be perfectly clear, Ken Griffin lied to Congress. Actually, I forgot to mention. So I first saw it from SQ7. So SQ7, another friend of the podcast. So hello. And then
we love them.
We do. And then it went crazy. So Ryan at I username 420. We've been saying this for months that Ken Griffin lied, and there he is. I lied under oath. Confirmed.
But the thing is, we know it now. It's out there. We've all had fun sharing it on Twitter. What's going to happen? Is he going to be charged with anything? Is he going to be indicted? Is he going to be in an investigation? What's going to happen?
No.
Exactly. I agree. There's nothing going to happen. So you can do all this lie, all this crime, all this corruption, everything, lie to Congress under oath, and nothing happened. There's no consequences. So why not carry on doing it?
No, exactly. So just to let you know, when they do decide to do something, a person convinced of perjury under federal law may face up to 5 years in prison. Perjury also carries fines and probation depending on the context and severity of the crime. Now, actually, it's not the amount of jail time that
he would be fined, and then it'd be like, oh yeah, pay this like $900. Oh
yeah, it'd be $4 per life.
You're only leaving me with a little bit of carry the rye money, like what?
But and this is the crux of this. If he does
not see folding cash in years, he doesn't know what money looks like.
He has no idea. He has a man that carries it around for him.
Yeah. But he brushes the street as he walks.
But thing is, if he is convicted of perjury and he gets a fine, does that mean it carries a criminal record? Because if you in America, if you have a criminal record and you work in finance, you can be seen to not be worthy to hold a stature within a financial institution. So he might have to step down from his position and let some patsy run the company for him instead. So there's other things that he's going to have to consider off the back of this. Well, if the SEC actually fucking do anything and get on with it, which God knows what they're going to do.
Relying on the SEC doing something.
Oh, I know. Well, that was,
That image you had of the DTCC with all the alarms going off, that is the meme for that is a perfect, that dog at the table saying, this is fine, everything's burning around him. It's just absolutely epitome of that meme.
It is. It really is. So, does anyone know who this is? Who's this? Who's this fella?
Oh, he's not very cuddly, is he, though?
I think you need to replace the 2 Ds and put a nut and a tut in there, and I think that's probably about what. I think that's probably his real name. So this is Timothy. I don't even know how to pronounce his surname. We're not very good at this on the Great Escape podcast. Timothy.
We do ruin people's names.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Absolutely. So Timothy Cuddihy is his name. The criminal works for the DTCC. Mr. Waver. No, sorry, I've shown the wrong one. There you go. Superstar represent and To the moon. Anyway, the criminal works the DTC scene is one of the ones that pulled the buy button away from Ken Griffin and Vladdy Boy of Robin Hood. And I suppose a bunch more criminals retweet crazy, and I'll buy everyone tacos and ice cream after MOASS. Thank you very much from Cobra at Grutin58, and that was from Ragnar. Hi mate, hope you're well.
Hey Ragnar, we've not seen you for a while on the podcast.
We haven't. No. So hope you are well, sir. Yeah. And I hope Las Vegas isn't too hot because it's always too hot. And then Sir Jinx 5. So Sir Jinx, another friend of the podcast, just read some of the report. At the DTCC waived $9.7 billion of collateral deposits. You motherfuckers are crooked and need to be ashamed. And FINRA, you're also pathetic. So yes, they are. But they're all in it together.
What's 10 billion between friends, man?
Exactly.
It's just 10 billion. Like, wait, do you think they need 10 billion? Like, it's just they just had it around. Just like,
it's changed down the back of the couch for these boys.
But not for Robin Hood. Robin Hood were fucked. Robin Hood were fucked, right? And they went to the DTCC and the NSCC and went, we can't pay this. We can't pay this. We're going under. And they went, quick, do something. And then they went, hey, we'll just waive everything. Yeah. And they waived it. And that's as simple as that.
It never happened. What money? What money?
But this goes back to the House of Cards thing, right? So, Josh, we've been talking about this House of Cards where if one little bit of it falls over, the whole thing's just going to collapse in on itself. And, that would have been the House of Card effect. Forget just the meme stocks. Forget the GME. Sorry, I hate to say that. The GME and the AMC stuff and Nokia and all the other ones that were in the mix at the time. I think it would have collapsed banking. I think the whole thing just would have come falling down. And they knew that. And I think there's other people that knew that said, listen, just let them get on with it. Just forget it happened.
These motherfuckers have super glued those cards together by now. That House of Cards.
But they haven't.
Is sellotape together.
They haven't.
So you've got to come at it with a sledgehammer.
Exactly. Yeah. Some lighter fluid and a little lighter there. Set it on fire.
So Abigail Shapiro, PhD. Shapiro. Hey, DCCC, why do margining requirements exist if they're waived, if they become necessary? I just thought that was the best way to sum this up. Yeah, margin requirements exist because they need to exist. No, they don't. They don't need to exist because they don't need to exist because we don't care, because if we enforce them, we're fucked.
Have you ever listened to her brother, Ben Shapiro? Go on YouTube, watch some video.
He's an entertaining guy to listen to. I mean, I don't really agree with many of his. I don't agree with that many of his opinions, but like he constructs his arguments very well.
He does.
Very well.
He was definitely on the debate team at high school, wasn't he?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the interview with him and Piers Morgan? Man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I have not seen that. Slightly
awkward as well, isn't it? Just like, oh god.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and like he hands him a copy of the American Constitution. He's like, "Here, Piers, I want you to have a read of this." And Piers Morgan doesn't know what to do with it. It's so funny. Did you see Piers Morgan's his new show? Like the latest episodes only had like 10,000 people watching by the end. Like a guy going from like millions on on Good Morning Britain. And then, like, getting this monstrous campaign for this new talk TV service or show or whatever, fucking, like, on every bus in fucking London, every bus stop everywhere, and there's 10,000 people watching. Like, it's amazing. And those numbers will probably continue to go down because it's shit.
And they were probably a bit fudged as well. I bet they added a few.
Bots.
I bet.
Yeah, yeah, loads of bots watching.
Yeah, exactly.
I've not seen anything for it. I think Manchester must have better taste in bus advertisements than London does. I've not seen a thing.
Yeah, maybe they know better.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hope so.
So just to finish off the Timothy Cuddihy, I can't remember his name. So basically, someone went and looked in. What he gets up to, and he likes to donate money to politicians. I wonder why.
Does he?
I wonder why. He donated hundreds of thousands of dollars annually to politicians to secure no interference by politicians in the stock market rigging. Allegedly, I will say allegedly there for you, Ape Average, at Ape Average, because you don't really know that, but I just want to cover you legally. So if anything happens, you're fine. Timothy was a big part of removing the buy button. He was. So basically, he's contributed $750,000 to various political campaigns over the period. And this is the thing about America I don't get.
Who's he donating to?
Oh, lots of different people. I don't know whether it's Democrat or Republican, but he's definitely spending money with politicians. Possibly,
yeah.
Depending on which way he's swinging that particular day.
Democrats don't take any money from Wall Street. They just do really, really well paid speeches for them.
Yeah, exactly. People like Yellen and Nancy Pelosi, or who AKA Ming the Merciless. I've got a little thing about Nancy Pelosi at the end. Did you see the video this week?
With the kid.
Yeah, from James Woods. I'll dig it out in a second and I'll find it and play it. It is embarrassing. How did she ever think she would get away about pushing a kid practically off a stage? So
I've not seen that.
Have you not seen it? I'll remind me before the end. I'll find it.
On my fucking way. Are you Speaker of the House?
Do you know who I am? I'm Ming the Merciless. Exactly.
Inside trade you off the fucking stage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just to finish this little bit off, right? So we've got everyone now. I mean, everyone's been doing it anyway. So everyone's been comparing
Bernie
to Kenny. And I went to jail because I stole from the 1%. And Kenny's, I didn't go to jail because I stole from the 99%. And I think that sums this up very, very well at this moment in time. But Kenny could be the scapegoat. Kenny could be the person that gets blamed for all of this, I think, hopefully, with Gary Gensler. So this is from Daddy Junius. This is from Nate. Hi, mate. Everyone is vulnerable because of the SEC chair who won't enforce rules in place. Everyone is vulnerable because Gary Gensler is a coward who won't do his fucking job. Everyone is vulnerable because Gary is a coward. He has 100% proof of illegal activity and he doesn't do shit. That is an absolute perfect summary of where we are right now. I think Josh said it at the beginning, and I think Nate did it in a tweet. So there you go.
Yeah, he has 100% proof of illegal activity and he has 100% power to stop it, but doesn't do anything.
Absolutely.
Mr. fucking cellophane, that boy.
I like that, mate. Mr. Cellophane.
It's from Chicago.
It is.
Musical. We're very cultured on this podcast.
Chicago.
It works everywhere. Yeah, it works.
Very, very topical. Yeah.
Now Kenny's moving out to Florida.
Oh.
Hi, Kenny.
Is that the new sophisticated capital of America?
I don't know. Have you ever been to Miami in Florida?
I have not. I hear it's full of wonderful characters.
It's a really great place. It is genuinely a beautiful place, and a lot of nice people live there. But there are also a lot of nice people. Not nice people that live there as well. So you hide there. They hide there basically. So right, let me just. I'll load something up because I want to show something in a minute. Anyway, there we go. Right, I think we've done that to death, haven't we? I think the basic gist.
Hey,
just a
works, yeah.
See what I did there?
I'm getting more beer.
I think the basic gist here is that we're right, they're wrong. Mainstream media have nowhere to go. Mainstream media have nowhere to go. So much so that they've left GME and AMC alone for a whole week. There's not one report apart from the report that came out that talks about why AMC and GME are a bad thing to do. That's all gone.
So have they covered the report at all?
I've not seen a thing about it. I'm sure someone has.
There's little bits. Yeah, the like Reuters.
Let's consult the mainstream Bible. Google.
Do it.
I like it.
I don't even use Google anymore. Like I try to avoid it.
What do you use instead then? Is there anything else out there?
I mean, I use Brave, but then have to like a lot of the time I can't find things and end up having to Google them. But I try actively not use Google. I don't have it set as my default one. Just because, like, I mean, then you go back to it and you realize why it's the best search engine.
Yeah.
Which is why can't you? Why just leave the politics out of it, please? Just show me the best result. Like, fuck you. Like, that's all I want.
That's being vegetarian, but not being able to find meat, so keep going back to a bacon sandwich. Like,
if you want to share your screen, then go ahead. So we all have access to sharing screen, which is also quite worrying because anyone can come on and go, I'm just going to show you a picture of this. Beep. Next minute. Whoa!
Yeah, it's just I'm looking at a bunch of, like, there are some articles. There's Business Insider, TechCrunch, Vice. They're talking about Financial Times. So there is a bit of coverage about it. But
do you think it was very interesting the time and day they released it?
What day was it?
It was like basically about 2 hours before the verdict on the Wade versus Roe, pro-choice, pro-life kind of court case ended. So it was completely overshadowed by
the 6th of January stuff. Yeah.
I mean, that's it's difficult to say. I mean, like the Roe v. Wade thing. I mean, it feels like the Democrats are just like, it's just like, okay, this is our thing. We're going to make everyone so angry about this that they're going to come and vote for us. Like, it doesn't matter that we're like trashing the economy and, but I mean, they're not personally trashing the economy, but I mean, they're not helping at all. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you can't blame the Democrats solely for the position that the central bank has, got them into. But like, I mean, they have very much been happy to continue business as usual right now. They haven't come in and gone like, right, okay, guys, we need a clear house here. Like, let's get some sensible monetary policy and like maybe exactly. They didn't come in like that. They went, okay, like, let's get our blank checks out. Like,
let's do this.
Yeah, they didn't go, okay, so we're gonna do something about weaning ourselves off of oil and fossil fuels and stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna like cancel a bunch of pipelines and stuff, but then we're not gonna do anything to mitigate the loss of that energy. Nothing whatsoever. We're not going to like say, here's some new solar panels for everybody, or like, we did some wind farms or like some new nuclear stations. Like, we're not going to have anything in place to deal with the consequences of like cutting off some like fuel supplies. Like, what do you mean? No, it'll be fine. Like, it's insane that these people are meant to be in charge.
Let them eat cake.
It's like, should we make these massive decisions without any like preparation or like mitigation for the consequences? Like, no, it's like the same in finance. And they do this, and they look at this horrendous like leveraged as fuck market where they're printing, like there's liquidity running around, the SEC does fuck all, and they don't look at it and go, ooh, that's a systemic risk to our society. They go, want me to give a speech? Like,
it's like, well, it was that celebrity over here who said millennials can't afford houses because they buy too many coffees at Starbucks and takeaways. Same shit. It's like, yeah, are you serious? Okay, I'll stop having my weekly Starbucks and save £400 a year. So in about 600 years, I'll be able to afford a down payment on my house. Nice one, thanks.
My kids. Welcome to the property ladder. Yeah, exactly. Actually, while I'm here, I will show the Nancy Pelosi video while we're here. Ready?
Yeah, that's what you were looking for, right?
It was what I was looking for. Let's see if I can. The sound is up. Let's see if I can play it. Hang on.
We wanted our pastor to come into the picture.
A little nudge, okay.
It's so deliberate. It's amazing.
In slow motion. Ready? Fuck you, kid. Fuck you. Look at her face.
So pleased with herself.
That's brilliant.
Look at that kid's hand on the hip. That kid's like, fuck you.
Oh no! Watch this. Fuck you.
I've got to say, I'm slightly disappointed. I wanted a full-on push off the stage, like go.
Oh come on! I mean, it's a.
I think it was going to be like WWE, and she's like stormed into the ring.
Get out! Do you remember Boris when he were playing rugby with those school kids and just full-on tackled one of them? I was expecting something like that, like something seriously, leg break.
Didn't he like? Was it him that like basically rugby tackled Harry Styles?
It
wasn't Harry Styles. It was Louis Tomlinson in like a charity football game. He pure just like cleans him out. Like
yes, yeah.
Tackle. Get in there, lad.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh dear. Right. Actually, just to finish off. So obviously, Kenny has been the centre of everyone's attention this week, and so the memes were running wild. There's a lot of memes running around that were very awesome. But probably the one that caught my eye the most was this one. Have you seen this one, Josh?
Yeah.
He's got his ex-wife. Yeah. It's a good ex-wife. It's his ex-wife. It's a good job. Asprino was there to save her. Ready? Watch. Ready? Oh, his ex-wife. Asprino's there. He's got it.
Fucking brilliant. I'm sure I don't need to ask, but who did that one?
I'll tell you. Do you know what? It's a good point. That was actually from. Let me. I will share it in a second. You carry on. Just talk to between yourselves. It's fine. I've got this.
I'm frozen in anticipation.
I've got this. That was from Monster, son of Sal, meme lord extraordinaire. So it wasn't Sal, it was his son. Of Sal, yeah. So that was from Sal. And
obviously the meme force runs strong in that family.
It does, very much so. And the Nancy Pelosi video was from... I don't know, because I can't find it.
Let me be absolutely clear. I did not have sexual relations with Vlad Tenoff. I mean, no, that's a whole different. That's like a montage of Bill Clinton and Kenny. Then, wasn't it? Sorry,
it was.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to share my favorite meme of the week here for you.
Oh wow! Wow!
It's not actually Jerome Powell, but like, it's amazing, right?
Wow, that is bonkers.
Inflation hitting hard.
So the guy on the right is the crypto fella, isn't he? The guy that's trying to enforce all the crypto laws, so they can track the dollars that are being passed through the blockchain. Which, well, depending on how you want to look at it, is a good thing and also a bad thing because that's not what it was designed for. And now we're starting to get people trying to regulate crypto, this
was my other favorite one.
They need to be able to regulate the normal markets. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
You think you'll go down to 25 cents after the market crashes?
That's his half brother, isn't it? Yeah.
We wanted our pastor to come into the picture.
The Nancy Pelosi video was actually from James Woods, the actor. Which was nice. So Nancy Pelosi, it was from James Woods, and so the child that's on the stage and the people that are on the stage is actually Maya Flores, who's running for Congress at the moment, and so at Maya Flores 2022. So that's her daughter that was getting pushed off stage by Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. Wow.
She's a Roman, isn't she? That Nancy.
Honestly, God, so everything we've talked about today so far, right? If you wrote a script, right? If you wrote a play or a script or a film, and you took it to a producer or a film house, and they read it, they went, "You are on something. What the fuck are you on?" Yeah. And all of this is non-fiction. Everything we're talking about today is non-fiction. It's just like, wow, this is the world we live in.
This is the world we live in. Coen Brothers film, no doubt. Totally Coen Brothers script. This going on. It's just so far-fetched and balmy. It's brilliant. Before speaking about Mr. Powell, he came out with a cracking quote that you were telling us before, Carl. What was it?
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's move to that. We can move to the pièce de résistance, the core of the show. I'll just play it.
It's time for 5 in 5. Yes, it's time for 5 in 5.
I guarantee we will not do 5 in 5 in 5 this week.
We've only ever managed to do 5 in 5 once. And we did a 6 in 5 once.
We did a 6 in 5 once, yeah. But I tell you who we're going to blame for this, Josh, because he's a guest. So we'll just blame Josh for it. Right. So let's.
I talk too much anyway.
Oh dear. Right. Let's start there. What was that? That was Jerome, wasn't it? That was Jerome Powell. So we're going to start there. Hang on one second. Let me click the right button. Boom. One of those. Inflation reverse repo. So 5 in 5. Anyone know what the reverse repo was today?
Trillion.
It's trillion. Sherry's normally got a finger on the button on this one, so I'm going to give her 30 seconds to slam the answer in the chat window.
Go on, Sherry.
Come on, Sherry.
Cole's just in a remix.
Totally Josh's fault. 3.5 trillion. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
That's a guess, I think. 2.39, wasn't it?
What's 180 billion between friends? It was 2.3297 trillion dollars. Thank you. Hey, that was good.
Yeah,
yes,
close, dude.
Yes, you were again. Yeah, sort of
pocket change away.
Pocket change.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the difference between the margin call that the NSCC wavered with Robin Hood. Yeah, basically they were that far away. So yeah,
no,
exactly.
No. It's 1,000 times more than the margin call that Robin Hood had.
But still pocket change.
Oh yes, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it's billion, isn't it?
It's more than the GDP, the gross domestic product of the United Kingdom. I believe the GDP of the UK right now is about 2.1 trillion.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so every day.
That's
every day, right? That much money is on offer to the largest financial institutions in the world, and they are taking it.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know how many counterparties are taking it, but they're taking it at a brand new rate.
I don't give a fuck. That is an obscene and disgusting amount of money. Like, this is what fucks me off about the financial system. It's like we can't even comprehend how angry we should be about that. Like, that is greater than the sum product of all of the fucking work, money, goods, services produced in our country in an entire fucking year being loaned out in a night, in one fucking night.
I think we might hit a nerve here.
Well, think about that.
You need to tweet that, Josh, because that is probably the tweet of the year right there. Right there.
We'll clip this out and I'll just tweet the video.
Yeah, we should get a snippet of this here, right now. Exactly. Exactly. But look at that. So 1.55. So before the 0.75 interest rate increase, they were paying a lot less. Now, I worked this out the other day. They're paying, so each, right? So each. So there was 98 counterparties about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I worked this out. They're paying £384 million in interest every day to lend that money out. So now they're on the drug, right? They're getting that shot of reverse repo heroin, and now they can't get off it because they can't afford to pay for the interest. So they're borrowing more money to pay the interest on the interest they borrowed the day before. So they can't get off the drug they're on. They're fucked. Basically, the government have fucked them in every way, and then we're fucking them from the other direction. And it's just beautiful in every way.
It's basically like a payday loan from cash converters, but just not quite as expensive.
It is absolutely gross negligence. Thank you, KO. It is gross negligence in every way. Anyway, there you go. I love the fact, Josh, I love that. You got to tweet that. That's brilliant. And we should snippet that little bit of this and just get it out there as a soundbite. That's just brilliant. You're spot on. I never thought of it like that before. Yeah, mind blowing. Anyway, so this is all about inflation reverse repo. So reverse repo has got to ridiculous levels.
It's past ridiculous.
What's that? A second?
That's absolutely
okay.
The other side of ridiculous.
It is. So let's move on to inflation. So which was how we got here in the first place. Powell, ready? Get ready for this. If anyone can understand Powell language, then please tell us what it is in the chat.
In a Yorkshire accent, Cole.
In a Yorkshire accent?
In a Yorkshire accent, go on.
Okay. Well, actually, Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart is actually from Huddersfield, which is in Yorkshire. So that makes sense. Are you ready? Look at that. I see what you did there. Sam. That was very good. Powell. I can't do it.
Accent now.
I can't do it now. I can't do it.
Lad, we understand better how little we understand inflation.
Yeah, we understand better how little we understand inflation. But it's like, what has he done there? I mean, that's the most political politician thing I've ever heard. It's like, we got inflation wrong. You know we got inflation wrong, but I'm going to baffle you with inflation science.
Yeah.
We understand better how little we understand inflation.
You know what this is? This is a moron trying to cover his ass.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely a moron because we called this out 6 months before they realised it. Like you were saying earlier, Josh, inflation was transitory. We all went, no, it's not. It's not transitory. It's here to stay. And actually, you told a brilliant anecdotal story about Germany. Go on, go for it.
Right. So, like in 1919, right? Germany were, after the First World War, they were asked to pay back, like, I don't know how many billions, but billions and billions of marks, right, in reparations for the damage that Germany had caused to the rest of Europe throughout the First World War. And this was mainly pushed for by the French, who were pissed because it was mostly their country that they bombed to shit, right? But then what happened was, the Germans made the first payment. They managed to like scrape the money together for like payment one, and then the next time this came along, they didn't have the money. They just didn't have the money, and they were like, "What? We'll just print a little bit of money. We'll just print a few little marks, and we'll pay for it like that." And then they got addicted to this printing of money, and then they continued to do it. They just started printing and printing and printing. Like, here, have some money, have some fucking money, and all of a sudden, fucking hyperinflation sets in. Like, this was fucking drilled into me. Like I said earlier, in history classes, like every single time that we studied the Nazis, it was like 6 or 7 years. It was like, how did you get the Nazis? It was like, oh, because the economy of Germany collapsed. And it's like, how did the economy of Germany collapse? Well, they fucked it straight after the First World War. They managed to claw it a little bit back, and then it completely collapsed and Hitler rose to power, right? So when you print shit tons of money, what's going to happen is inflation is going to hit like stupid numbers of percent eventually if you just keep printing. Like in 1920s Germany, they had to, like, there were people wheelbarrowing money down the street, like in Breaking Bad, except that would buy you a loaf of bread, right? Like the money that was in the paper bags that they were being paid in was worth less than the fucking paper bag. They were burning stacks of cash for fucking fuel because that was cheaper than buying wood or coal. Like, and not a single fucking economist last year, right, when everyone just decided, hey, let's just like print some money and send it to people for COVID, like keep them at home, etc. It's like nobody said, maybe we should think about what this is going to do. Like, I'm not even saying that they shouldn't definitely have done it, but like to sit there and like act fucking surprised when you like monstrously devalue the currency and all of a sudden it's like, it's inflation? Jeez, like, whoa. Who could have predicted that? Yeah. So anyone that ever opened a fucking history or economics book, like, it's like, it's fuck you, man. Like you were meant to know. And it's not just the government. It's like every financial fucking journalist, every economist in the country should know when you print and like devalue your currency this much. It's like, there's gonna be some fucking consequences.
The apes knew, right? The apes knew this was coming. And you know what they did? They fucking blame the Russians. They blame the Russians instead. They're like, yeah, it's the Russians' fault. It's like, well, hang on a second. There's a really good graph, and I'll dig it out at some stage, where it's like inflation. Oh, inflation's going up and going up. It's like, oh my God, it's like got over 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%. Putin's fault. And it's like when the Russia invaded Ukraine, it's like the little cusp at the top where it's over 8%. It's like, No, you created this because you've been getting your Jerome printer out and you've been printing those dollars.
See, what I took from that was the Federal Reserve and Nazis. That's what I got. Yeah, that's what I told you. Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly, obviously.
But like they could have avoided this bullshit with like being so reliant on Russian gas and oil as well.
Yeah.
Like Germany closed all the nuclear plants without mitigating like the energy. Like it's like Biden did, like I was saying earlier as well. Like they decided, okay, like in the name of like a greener and more sustainable like economy, it's like fair enough, man, go for it. It's like we're gonna cut off your energy supply, and then we're gonna do nothing about it. We're not gonna be like immediately start building solar panels. We're not gonna like preemptively build like enough to generate the power that we're gonna need. We're just gonna like cut off the oil, and then we'll just see what happens.
We've got plans.
Like, go for it.
We've got plans for one wind turbine in 4 years, so that should be fine.
That should be like 60% of the problem, right?
Exactly. While the Nordics, while Sweden and Norway and Iceland, obviously Iceland is geothermal anyway, but the Swedes have been building massive offshore wind farms, and they are now 100% self-sufficient, which is absolutely astronomical how they've done that so quickly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Finland are on the way to doing that as well, because they have a really amazing geothermal and and obviously natural as well.
Don't worry, the US will fuck it up soon enough.
The French and the British are building nuclear power plants, and they have plans to build many nuclear power plants over the next 30, 40 years, which in a way is green energy. It is green energy. It is self-sustaining energy. And then the Germans decide to rely on the Russians and an oil pipeline and a gas pipeline. You think, whoa, what's happened there? What's all that about? So it's like, yeah, great, well done, Germany. And now it's everyone's fault. Sorry, everyone's fault. It's Russia's fault. Russia. It's Putin's fault.
US will pop in and fuck it all up. Like, was it the Icelandic banking, the financial system that was absolutely running perfectly for decades upon decades upon decades until the US kind of jumped in and said, "You should do this." Fucking collapse.
They sent a couple of people to jail. Like you should. Yeah. They actually like jailed some bankers. Like fucking right. Good work. Remember that the law is meant to apply to everyone.
Absolutely. Actually, to move on to Sherry very quickly. So I've got a quote from Zero Wedge here. So California prepares to send out $2,100 inflation relief checks to offset the inflation caused by the 1,050 inflation relief checks. That's like sometimes I just stand here and I feel like that movement, like an Amelia Clark smoking a cigarette with like a burning scene behind. I'm just like, yeah. All right, okay. Yeah. It goes back to what I said earlier. It's the USA is a Ponzi scheme. The whole fucking thing is a Ponzi scheme.
The entire S&P 500 is a pump and dump.
Next week, California will send out $4,200 inflation relief checks to offset the inflation for the 2,100 inflation relief checks sent out the week before, and that's where we are. That is where we are. It's that Ponzi scheme of let's just cover up what we've done by adding more shit to what we've done. And you're right, Sherry.
This is all tongue in cheek, of course. You know, we're saying this like laughing at it. But if they keep giving people a bit of money, then people kind of go away for a little bit of time. The masses will say, "Oh, brilliant! Yeah, I've got a couple of grand here. Let's go away until it starts pinching again, and then oh shit, here's another few grand. We'll go away." It just keeps everything rolling, getting us all in more and more shit. But it just keeps everyone quiet for a little bit longer.
It does. Right, we need to move on from inflation, and we could talk about this for ages because this is comical.
Can I mention one more ridiculous thing?
Of course you can, Josh.
Right?
Of course you can.
There's, do you know who Femi is? He's like a Twitter political commentator.
I've heard.
He did a lot of videos about Brexit, in which he knew his stuff. Like he was talking to the politicians about like the European Union, like the European just about Europe generally. And he was trying to like school politicians on. And he did a great job during that that period. And now he's moved on to just general politics, and he knows fuck all about shit. Like it's so ridiculous. Like he's out there trying to blame inflation on Brexit, right? When the European Union wide inflation average is higher than the UK. Like there are parts of Eastern Europe experiencing like 20% inflation right now. And he's out there saying, "Oh well, Brexit, it's Brexit." And I just wanted to call out the stupidity of people. Like they would blame anything except printing the money
No, absolutely. I have to say COVID has played a part in this because they've had to pay for COVID somehow, right? They've been paying for key workers. They've been paying for people at home. I didn't want to bring it up, but the whole National Trail Union, they were out on strike last week. And that's up to them what they do. And we all deserve a pay rise, exactly. But they got paid through COVID, right? When nobody was taking the trains because they weren't allowed to. So there's a tit for tat argument there.
There's 100%. No, there's like 100%. Like what's like we're missing here is that like, look, the people in charge are meant to like they say, okay, right, here are our options. No one gets paid. Like the economy collapses. And things just like absolutely fall apart, right? That's a hard decision. Don't want to have to make that. Or like, let's print a bit of money. Like, let's like try and keep things running for a bit, and just like we don't know what's going to happen because we didn't. And like let's just like let things like we'll try and keep under control, right? What they then did was like decide that they didn't plan for any consequences of this monstrous decision. They didn't like admit that there was going to be any consequences because that would be like admitting defeat. It's not like. It's in these situations where you have to like make a choice that no one is going to be perfect with. Like there was no like easy way in which there would be no pain. And like no one stood up and said, "Hey, this is like going to be painful. Here are the consequences, but here's what we're going to do to try and mitigate these things."
Exactly. And sometimes there is no alternative to a problem, right? You've just got to suck it up, right? You've just got to get on with it, and then but like you said, you've got to then create traps that then offset the pain that is coming. And I actually think the UK's done pretty well at that. I think the US has just gone, we'll worry about it later. It just feels like they've just gone, we'll worry about it later. And now it's come, they've gone, oh yeah, this transitory inflation might not be transitory. And then it's back to the quotes of, we didn't quite understand what we didn't understand about not understanding what we didn't understand. Stuff. It's like, what the hell?
We're a little bit better understanding what we didn't understand. Oh, fuck it. It's Putin's fault.
Yeah,
it's Putin's fault. Right.
That's basically
Sherry, you can decide where we go next. We've got crypto, Kenny back in sort of Duffer, all aboard the cocaine train, or Bed Bath and Beyond. Where do you want to go?
Right. Remember, there's about a 25-second delay. So, Sherry, it's you. We need some interval music. Hey,
it's Rob. Hello, Rob.
Hey up, Rob.
Hello, mate. Hope you're well, mate. Join in. Sherry, the choice is yours. Let me just repeat what we've got. We've got
crypto. I love that girl.
We've got crypto.
She's chosen.
Actually,
chosen. Totally coke.
Totally coke. Let's go for the total
that
coke.
More about Sherry than it does about anything else I've ever heard in my life.
I agree. 5 and 5. Choo choo. All aboard the cocaine train. Right. Yeah.
It was something to do with Credit Swift, wasn't it? Sorry, completely slip of the tongue there. Yeah, it really was. Let me bring up the articles when I can find them. Wrong way, crypto. Again, Coen Brothers movie script. It's just fucking not real life anymore. This is a simulation. It's got to be.
Do you remember the Citadel employees that got caught on camera?
And the drone camera on the 50th floor of sniffing onto the desk. Brilliant.
We talked about it the other day, didn't we? Sorry, I've got your on there.
So very much like Elmo as well.
Visit the Jist, by the way. I've pressed the button by accident, but I meant to do it, honest. Right, so here we go. This is the story. So this is cocaine Elmo. Normal banking, Credit Suisse. Normal banking, pile of coke. Normal banking, pile of coke. Normal banking, dry in there. Whoosh. Launder cocaine profits. So this is a story about. Sorry, I've pulled my nose out. It's just like a natural reaction.
Amber Heard on the stand, like. No, I was just wiping my nose, honestly.
Yeah. So this is a story about Credit Suisse. Credit Suisse this week have been basically prosecuted for aiding and abetting money laundering for cocaine deals. So this was originally from the Better Bull via Peter Arhan. Hi, Peter, and hello, the Better Bull.
Yeah. We've mentioned him again. He can't get angry. Can't get angry this week.
He can't get angry at us because we have mentioned him this week.
He gets upset with us if we don't mention him sometimes.
And his people call our people, and everyone gets so upset. And
gets tense. Gets tense by Wednesday. Terrible. And then Thursday we don't mention him again. So, but anyway, it's all good this week.
Exactly. So Credit Suisse basically. So this is from Reuters.com. So court convicts Credit Suisse in money laundering case. So Credit Suisse have been money laundering drug money. And I'm not going to say allegedly because it's been fucking proven. That's what they've done. And just to add to that is JP Morgan. Just to choo all aboard the coke train. JP Morgan, a ship with 20 tons of cocaine seized in Philadelphia. The owners of the ship were JP Morgan.
So we've got Credit Sniff and JP Morphine. Basically, okay.
Yeah, the operational control of the vessel is run by a Swiss-based company. Oh, I wonder who that could be. You fucking cannot make this shit up. Cheers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like all of these fucking banks are at it. Like HSBC is the world's dirtiest bank. Like I've had
Deutsche Bank, fucking hell!
I don't know. HSBC give them a run for their money, man. Like
we should have a HSBC versus Deutsche Bank fight.
Can I get Nicholas Wilson in my corner? He's like the whistleblower that like has gone after them endlessly. He knows every fucking case.
Has he been on your YouTube?
He has, yeah.
Ooh, I would love to do that. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about loads of stuff, but like they fined 1.2 billion for Mexican drug cartel like fucking laundering money laundering for them. Then like the end of last year they were fined like 64 million for for money laundering for terrorist organizations. Like
no way.
Yeah, I'll get it up here for you.
Wow, please do. Go on, share that because that is crazy. I need to watch that. So if you guys are new to Josh, he has a YouTube channel and a website called the Jist.co.uk. But if you pop onto his YouTube channel, there's Josh has done loads of interviews with loads of different people on different subjects, and I'm guessing this is one of the things you did, which I've not seen yet, but I'm really going to go and take a look at later.
Yeah, they were fined. Yeah, they were fined for it. This is how the Guardian describes it.
Go on.
Failures to consider what checks it was using to identify money laundering and terrorist financing covered relevant risks, as well as poor risk assessments. And then the one from 2012 was for like Mexican drug barons, and it only came to light because of US settlements over Iran. So like half the time we never even know about this fucking shit. That's the worst bit. Is like these the worst organizations in the world, like because the drug cartels are the people doing half the fucking trafficking. Like that's probably where fucking Ghislaine gets all the kids to go on the elevator to nowhere. Like. and we're fine with the biggest institutions in the world just funding their money and washing it for them. Like, here you go.
And actually, that's a good point, right? So maybe the reason why Giselle Maxwell is the most notorious child sex trafficker with no clients ever is because not only does she traffic kids to people that, well, are very famous, maybe allegedly Prince Andrew, allegedly, and who's the ex-president of the United States?
Bill Clinton.
Mr. Clinton. And Bill Gates, allegedly, as well, has been seen on the island several times. So you don't know, allegedly. So you don't know, what's going on there. But maybe if the banks are then sat behind these people funding this activity, which guess what? It's the old boys club. No one's gonna fucking grass on anyone. Yeah, you just wait.
You think they wash their money? It's not a fucking cheap business.
It's not exactly right. That is actually. I've got one more.
Hang on, Colin. Before you even do one more, in the comments there's a mention of crime and lies, so you have to play it.
Well,
I could play it if you wanted to.
You play it. Go for it.
It's crime and lies. Crime and lies, it ain't no thing. Can it lies? It's crime and lies. Crime and lies. It's crime and lies. Can it lies? It's crime and lies. Crime and lies.
And actually, Kenny fucking lied. It's been proven.
Yeah.
There you go. So just to finish off, Wall Street Beats, aka Usual Sharks, at Fresh Beats 12, also talked about Credit Suisse. Right. Where do you want to go next? Rob, are you still on? If you're on, mate, say hello if you're on. Do you want to go to crypto, Kenny Baxter Duffer, or Bed Bath and Beyond? Your choice, mate. Go for it. And by the way, if the Jist listeners and chat members, if you want to join in and suggest a topic, and we will go for it. Rob, are you there, mate?
Our Twitter comments don't work very well, but join us on YouTube. You can get through no problem at all. It's way easier to more coke.
Sherry wants more coke.
Way easier to chat to us on YouTube at the moment than it is Twitter. I don't know why, but we'll sort that out.
Bed Bath and Beyond has been chosen. Right, Bed Bath and Beyond. So,
if there's anyone in my comments.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, hang on. The comments are you get my comments too.
We do, yeah. They
What a ridiculous piece of software. That's so cool.
It's cool, isn't it? It is cool. So
I was going to check it and be like, "Oh, people are saying the exact same thing. That's weird."
So we can do some AMC analysis. I've got some AMC stuff to go over, especially them joining the Russell 1K. So there's definitely stuff we can talk about there. We are massively over what we normally do, but we will continue because the flow is good. So we will continue. So Rob has chosen Bed Bath & Beyond. So we talked about this earlier. We talked about the fact that mainstream media has basically not mentioned GME and AMC for the first time ever for a week. There's a whole week they've not mentioned us, and the reason why is because the report came out and us tinfoiled hat freaks were right. So they've not gone down that route. So what they've gone is they've gone and found another chink in Ryan Cohen. So Ryan Cohen, if you don't know, is the chairman of GME, and he has a very large share in Bed Bath and Beyond that isn't doing very well, but mainstream media has made out that these guys are on their last thread. They're on their knees. They're not doing very, very well. And mainstream media decided to stop talking about GME and AMC because guess what? We were right and they didn't like that. So now they've gone after Bed Bath and Beyond. But what they seem to forget is Bed Bath and Beyond was actually one of the original meme stock memes back in January 21. And so them chasing after this is a little bit like chasing after everything else. So Bed Bath & Beyond have been put on a bit of a pedestal over the last sort of 4 or 5 months because of Ryan Cohen. And sorry, I'm just laughing at this comment. Sorry. I'm not having that whole AMC GME type debate, but that is quite funny. So thank you. So the mainstream media have gone a little bit bonkers over this. Let me just bring this up so it's a bit more prevalent. So this is from Walrus Thought 69. RC is living in their heads rent free. So they've decided to attack Bed Bath and Beyond, and I think Walrus Farts has got it 100%. They are living. He's living in their head. And all these weird people, all these people I've never seen before have come out saying, oh, Bed Bath & Beyond. There was a story about them turning off the air conditioning in all the stores this week because they couldn't afford to run the air conditioning anymore. And it's just absolute bullshit. It's not true. None of it is true. And it's absolutely...
They're just saying this?
Yeah. They were
done for libel?
Oh, come on. Have you seen the stuff they've seen about, talks about GME and AMC about? I mean,
yeah, but I know, but I mean, right, okay, at least the bullshit they talk about that is one of those sort of financially, this is just our financial opinion sort of thing. Just lying about the aircon not being on is surely libelous, no?
Well, yeah. I saw that they turned the aircon off and I immediately thought I need to sell all my shares in Bed Bath & Beyond.
That's what I thought as well.
The aircon's gone. Yeah. No.
RC went, screw this, we've turned the aircon off, I'm out. This is too hot. And of course it isn't. This is bullshit. This is them attacking Bed Bath & Beyond to try and crash one of the meme stocks that they've been trying to crash for the last 18 months. It's nonsense. They've got nowhere else to go. And to the point where this arsehole decided to reappear.
That's an interesting picture of him there, and he looks angry. He looks kind of, I'm going to come on. Try and strangle your children.
Can we all do a Shakumba? Ready?
Okay.
And so this is from Lady Lovelace. So hello, lady. Long time no speak. So lady was a guest on one of our Christmas special with Trey Trades, episode 15. Oh my God, podcast right, man. Yeah. So lady was a guest. So lady, long time no speak. We need to get back on again. Who else is Rocket Handz? So basically, Shakumba went on and said, blah, 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 and he was just, his mouth was firing away and he was getting out of control. And he went, yeah, and all the Rocket Hands. All the Rocket Hands. I'm like,
He's just Diamond Hands. Okay.
Who? Rocket who? So,
Rocket Man. My chat's just gone down. Is yours okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll log in again. Hang on.
Technical issues. It's not a podcast without them.
It really isn't.
Oh,
No.
that's all right.
Oh, we've lost chat.
All right.
We've lost chat.
I've got things from like.
It's back. Hey, we're on. Oh, reload. Sorry, we lost the chat, but we. Oh no, we're not back on. Hang on.
Yeah. It's okay. Carry on. It'll pop up soon.
It'll come back.
It will come back. Anyway, so there's Shakumba basically getting all very excited that he's got something to talk about in Bed Bath and Beyond, and the other person that popped up his ugly head is this dickhead.
Oh, chody boy.
Chode, yeah, massive chode or little chode. So we had to define what a chode was the other day to people. They weren't quite sure what a chode was.
Yeah. Apparently, according to the Urban Dictionary, it's a penis that is wider than it is long.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, of course.
That's exactly what it is.
First thing that pops in your mind, isn't it?
Right, Josh. We've got crypto, Kenny Baxter Duffer. That's it.
Yeah.
Crypto. Kenny
Let's
Baxter.
let's finish on the Duffer because that's funny.
Oh, we got so then we're finished on crypto, but let's finish on.
That's why I mean let's go for crypto and leave the Duffer for after.
Oh, okay, so let's finish on the Duffer. So this is from.
You got to change the banner then, Cole. It's all going to pot now. It was so well before.
Kenny Baxter Duffer. No, I've got that. Kenny Baxter Duffer. It's on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That last.
Crypto.
Oh, we want to do crypto. Sorry.
Sorry. And then do the Duffer last off. Yeah.
We'll come back to that in a second. And so let me scroll up. So crypto. Crypto has been. Yeah.
We're trying.
I'm getting there.
I've basically done half.
It's all Josh's fault. Someone blaming me in the chat.
It's totally your fault. Yeah, totally your fault.
Right, I'm going to log into YouTube so I can carry on commenting.
Hang on. Sorry, it's all going a bit wrong.
Hey, an hour and 12 minutes in before the first 17th fuck up, we're doing well. Yeah.
Well,
the chat, it's all gone. The chat's all gone a bit weird. So, anyway,
all right.
Yeah, go on.
Could be the 741st fuck up, and that would just be
perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened here, but something's happened.
Anyway, 41st fuck up is the same color as the computer sharing.
That's all right. Well, let's just talk about crypto and how it was clearly being dumped at some point because like people needed fucking cash.
Like you wouldn't believe. So, I mean, so the last sort of 5 or 6 weeks, crypto has been under attack, and the theory is that it's got everything to do with liquidity within the hedge funds. But actually, there's a little bit of new news that's come out this week, which is all around Goldman Sachs. So Goldman Sachs apparently are raising $2 billion to buy Celsius Network. So Celsius Network are a crypto broker, very much like Coinbase, and insert other crypto element here. And Celsius Network, they've been there. So basically, the theory behind this is that that's why Bitcoin and ETH have been tanked. So the idea is that allegedly, Goldman Sachs
say allegedly a lot. Holy
Goldman Sachs have crashed the crypto, and crypto is easy to crash. And you know what? They can come out and say, yeah, we crashed crypto, because guess what? It's decentralized. No one owns crypto. That's the whole point of crypto. But they came out and they've crashed the markets to reduce the price, to basically lower the asset point on Celsius Network, so they can get involved with how crypto operates. Because guess what? Citadel and Virtue are doing exactly the same thing at this moment in time. So they're getting together.
Do you know what the best bit about this is?
Go on.
They clearly just don't get it. Like they just don't get it. It's like See if they came in, right, and monstrous institutions just suddenly controlled the entire Bitcoin network as it was. What do you think everyone that like left in order to do something would? They just leave again. And
Exactly.
And like they can't defeat, and this is what's like most important about like the apes and you know the GameStop movement generally. It's like this is like such a fucking wake up. Like crypto has made like a shit ton of people realize like holy fuck, government shouldn't be in charge of our money, right? Like they're too corrupt, and central banks have completely ruined us. And people are like the amount of people who have woken up to that fact in the last 3 to 5 years is massive. And then there's the GameStop like movement that's like I'd say 1 million strong ish. Hard to tell, right? Exactly how many people are truly watching this, but like that's 1 million people who like I've never seen such an engaged community, and like that's just the ones posting. Like the lurkers, are everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And all of them have now become anyone that's still holding right now has either like been living under a rock, or they've now realized like the sheer scale of corruption of the financial system and like how fucked up it is, and how there's literally fucking smoke and mirrors and big words to make you think that they're fucking intelligent while they devalue our fucking currency and just lie and steal and cheat the way to like billions of dollars. And like, there's 1 million people who are now so like unblinkingly aware of this fact. Is like that is the thing that everyone is missing about this, like in the mainstream at least.
It kind of was a perfect storm. We spoke about this before, how you know we've got the internet and we've got all these apps and brokerage apps and all these forums, and then COVID where nobody was going out, so everyone's kind of looking into it more, and it just snowballed perfectly at the perfect time. And now all of a sudden we've got this kind of movement going on with, again, I hate to say it, but meme stocks and AMC, GME, everything going on. It's just everyone's waking up now. It's like we're seeing. I tweeted the other day and I put, they don't call us dumb money because we do bad trades. They call us dumb money because we never were awake to what they were up to. And now all of a sudden we are, and it's like they're starting to shit themselves. Hence all the FUD and the crap that they're putting out, and the mainstream media shite. And this is where we're at, and it's great. And I think it will carry on snowballing, and there'll be more and more people who will think, okay, yeah, tinfoil hat conspiracy theories, but now look, oh shit, okay, there might be something in that. I'll look into it myself. I'll do my own DD, do my own research, and all right, I'm going to put a couple of quid in that. Why not? What have I got to lose? Like 1 or 2 stocks, brilliant. And if another 2 million people do that, it's a shitload of stocks.
It is.
But if we really truly own the float, which I believe we do, at least
many times over.
Yeah, I mean that is fairly certain for me, I think. But like, if that's truly the case, right? Because we don't actually like 100% know, right? If that's truly the case, then we are the fucking, like, I've seen people make this point. It's like we are the whale.
We are the whale.
That's like if we own the company twice over, that means like the like we're worth $20 billion.
Yeah,
like that's how much Superstock is worth. Like. say we own the float twice. Superstock is worth 20 billion,
which is fucking crazy just to think about that. It's like, I saw a really good. I forget who tweeted it, but they put a really good point. Like we might not own the game, we might be able to control the rules, but we own the fucking exits. You know, if they want to get out of it, they've got to come through us first, and nobody's moving. Yeah, and it's true. It works.
It's so beautiful.
It's fab, in it. It's great to be a part of, and either way, it's like it's kind of all or nothing now for a lot of people. I think we see this to the end and come out with out, or you know, we'll see it to the end and come out with a lot of money and a new fresh system from the ground up.
Indeed. So that came from Roaring Pika, by the way. That meme
was it.
Price doesn't matter before the squeeze. They control the room. We control the door, and it's true. That's exactly where we are.
Like, kind of looks like if King Kong was like in Khazad-dûm fighting the Balrog.
It does, yeah. A double-edged axe. Yeah,
it's the double-edged axe, and it's the etchings on the armor.
It's pretty, that is. Yeah, Pika, if you did that, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, there you go. And that is crypto. So the last one. is this one.
Fucking love
Kenny backs a duffer.
Kenny,
right.
he spent a lot of money for this.
He did spend a lot of money on this, and I need to find the story because the story came from Buka. Hello, Buka. I'm not sure whether she's watching this or not, but hello.
I don't know. We love her whether she's watching or not.
So this is Buka. This makes me incredibly happy. Here's to a beginning of a losing streak. Ken Griffin lied under oath. AMC not leaving. Sorry, not sorry. Ken Griffin loses $50 million bet in the Illinois Republican primary. So basically what Kenny likes to do, he likes to buy politicians. And he likes to, I'm not going to say allegedly because he does. He likes to buy politicians and he likes to put them on a pedestal and spin them round and then make them his bitch when they win their primaries. The current one that he chose from the Republican Party came third in Illinois, so that person will not be progressing through to the final of X Factor.
As I said before we came on, he spent a lot of money for them to fail to deliver. I fucking love it. How does that feel, Kenny boy?
Yeah, suck that one. Suck that and the fact that you lied and you're going to prison. You little bitch. There you go.
I do you know the one thing is that sometimes I worry a little because like we've watched no one go to jail for a lot of shit recently, and it concerns me that the justice system no longer functions once you're at a certain net worth or in a certain position of power. Like it really worries me that there will be no one going to jail. Like there might, like even if the financial system blows up, I don't think they're going to face consequences. Like part of me worries that they won't face consequences for it, and that is the most terrifying thing about it. Like theoretically, like we register the float, and then the shit kicks off and hits the fan, and like then there's maybe even like reform to the laws about afterwards. But like no one goes to jail, and that's the scary thing.
And also everyone thinks they're above the law. Everyone thinks that they're godlike, everyone thinks that they'll never pay for any of this. I mean, back to the Robin Hood quote we saw earlier.
They've got precedent for it. They are above the law so far. Nothing's happened. They've got, this is what's happened for decades upon decades. Nobody goes to prison. After 2008, the whole the MBS mortgage-backed security stuff, the whole housing crisis in the US, nobody went to prison apart from one guy, I think, for something or other. I think it was from Credit Suisse as well, wasn't it? But anyway, there's no consequences for these guys. It's not their money they're playing with. They all end up with big bonuses and live in the Bahamas on a 40-foot yacht, and we're the little dickheads who are all screwed at the end of it. Why would they not carry on doing that? They don't pay for it at the end,
Right, exactly.
So
exactly.
Why not keep going?
Yeah. Do you mind if I read a quote from Edward Snowden that
Please do?
I just was reminded me of. So this is when he was on Rogan, actually. He's been on twice, and both of the interviews are just like stunning. Like he seems like he genuinely cares, and that's why he did it. And I mean, maybe like people doubt his motives, but I mean, I don't know. It seems like he cares. But anyway, he's rumored to be an ape. He retweeted my favorite ever GameStop meme, which made me so happy, like weirdly happy. But anyway. He said, and this is what makes me positive, because he's like really hopeful that in the future, like we may be able to like retake the course of justice. Basically, he says, year by year, step by step, things get better. We make progress a little bit at a time, and the fact that someone is suing, the fact that the ACLU is bringing this case, we should thank them for years, which is difficult and expensive. This was about like bringing the ACLU bringing like a case against like a sitting Republican or Democrat, I think. Anyway, he says, in the end, it doesn't mean that you save the world. It doesn't mean we relax. It doesn't mean we sit down on the couch. There's the golden sunset, but that's not how life works. It's a constant struggle. But when we do struggle, when we do stand up, we believe in something so strongly, we don't merely believe in it, but we risk something for that belief. We work together and pull the species forward 1 inch at a time. We move away from the swamp of impunity and unaccountability into a future where maybe not just the little guy breaks the law and goes to jail, but maybe a senator, maybe an attorney general, maybe a president. And that would be a very good precedent to have.
Yep.
And he's so hopeful that we could see like the people in power like actually go to jail for their crimes. And I share that hope, but I'm also concerned.
Yeah, absolutely agree with everything that was said there. And the shit thing is that we vote for these people to come into power. You know, they're meant to be representing us and just have none of the laws or consequences or anything that befall us when we do wrong. They do wrong with almost impunity, it seems.
Yeah,
that's fucking annoying. Yes,
it is annoying.
Funnily enough, randomly, I read somewhere. This is going a bit off on a tangent. I read somewhere today that the disparity, like wage wise and wealth wise, between the upper echelon, shall we say, and us is more now than it was during the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Which is fucking terrifyingly scary if you think about it. So
we've got central plumbing at least.
For now, until they cut all our heating off and everything. It's like, okay, all our water and heating and energy goes away. It's like, okay.
That's why I like living in the UK. We're never going to have like serious water shortages. That's why I love Ireland. There's definitely never going to be water shortages.
It rains far too much.
So we're going to very quickly move on to AMC because we've been asked to. So we're going to do it very, very quickly. So I will share my screen.
We've not spoken about much AMC today, have we?
No, we haven't. Let me.
Yeah, me either. You know, it's been only mentioned a few times. Out of interest, Josh, if you don't mind saying, do you hold either or both or one or the other? Or
you don't have to say. You don't have to say. By the way,
have to say.
I don't care. I have both. I mean, I bought the AMC at the beginning, like when it was like 7 or I think it's something like that. But not very much, just like a handful of shares because I was just like, it was right at the squeeze, and I was just like, fuck it, just give me some of that and some of that, basically. But I've continued to add to my GameStop, but I have not bought any more AMC since my initial purchase. I just still have it because I'm like, never know.
Yeah.
It's just like, man.
Yeah, I'm actually very similar to you. I've got AMC, I've got GME, and I've continued to add more GME than I have AMC over the time I've been in it. So yeah, because like you said,
I never saw the DD on AMC. I never saw anywhere near as convincing. It would just and Adam Aaron, I don't know. He seems like.
Yeah,
and then there's the swaps theory and the idea that like AMC was being pumped as like an inverse, and this is the thing. A lot of things that make me suspicious, which has meant I never added to my portfolio. Like I said, I still have it because I just got I'm on for the ride. Like, see what happens. Basically,
there's so many things that make you suspicious, but you don't know what's fun and what's not. And so I'm happy to hold my AMC. Add one or two here and there, but I prefer to put my money more into GME. I'm not saying I don't put it into AMC, but more into GME for me personally. I hold both.
Ryan Cohen has better tweets.
Yeah. Yeah. You can only use the poo emoji that many times, and then you've got to move on to like political agendas and stuff, haven't you?
No, you do. Absolutely. So I mean, I think we all hold AMC, we all hold GME, and but we're in this together. I mean, I said this before, it's symbiotic. Both of these stocks are symbiotic. Well, one will go the low go, and it will,
it's quite possible.
Having two plays is better than having just one play, without a doubt, right? And then you've got Bed Bath and Beyond and Nokia and all the other BlackBerry and all the other ones that came along as well. But
I had BlackBerry. I saw BlackBerry, and I can't remember why. It was a while ago.
But well, they were part of the original meme squeeze in Feb 21. So sorry, Jan 21.
Yeah, that's what my boy G America 741 is talking, saying that you should buy BlackBerry, not AMC.
BlackBerry,
is your second stock. Yeah. Which I mean, like based on the Ryan Cohen thesis, you would just do that because like Ryan Cohen, like easy. Like, why not? Like the guy seems to give a fuck about businesses that he takes over, and he seems to like want to transform them and make them better.
Yeah.
And so if he's bought that, there's a reason.
Yeah. Sherry's saying in the chat, and this is actually good DD. It says on the 27th of January 2021, GME traded 93 million volume. So the outstanding flow on GME is 63 million. So it traded 1.33 times or more than what it should have done. AMC traded 1.22 billion times that. I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
but then there's a lot more shares, and it's
no,
like
there is, but
like
that's
a
that's about the same.
It's
about
price point.
No, you're right, and but it's about a 1.3 times multiplier on both of them, which says something. I mean that speaks in a way that speaks. Excuse the pun, speaks volumes. But
no, I'd say I think that the case is that like in the January squeeze, they were both in the same position. It's whether the same things has happened since then with it, or whether Adam Aaron has taken like a different approach, and the hedge funds have taken a different approach, because like they could have seen that the two were intrinsically linked and then decided that they would jump long on AMC and like inverse it if people thought that they were going to get rich off buying both of them. So like I don't see it being like inconceivable that like they may have both been involved in the initial January thing in the same way, but since then like the situation has changed. But like I mean that's just speculation.
Yeah. And again, it might be that one's gone one way. You know, they're both intrinsically linked, like you say. One's gone one way with a share dilution, one's gone the other way with something different. And, you know, maybe they're hedging the bets between themselves. You know, if we go this way and you go that way, one of us is going to win. And if anybody holding both,
I think they both can win. I think they both. I mean, Sherry's just put something else in the chat. It says, yes, but that's where the bulk of the trading was done, causing a massive margin call that never happened. And the fact that it was all covered up. Yeah. And I agree with that as well. I mean, there's debts to pay on both of them. There's debts to pay on both of them. And I think there'll be different levels of payback at certain stages. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, this week.
This, just to say something, this podcast is not pro GME, it's not pro AMC. It's like
it's pro Ape.
Pro Ape, exactly. We're all in it together. And, you know, we hope we all make money out of it. And we hope, on top of making money, we get a free and fair system eventually.
Man, someone should write a book about this.
It will be done.
I agree.
Yeah.
I need a hero to write a book. Right. So,
Nate, go to wenmoon.com. That's WEN-moon.com.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you have a book by any chance, Josh?
I've written a book about it.
I'm still writing the book. I expected the book to be done already. This is like, I feel bad for all the people who pre-ordered it. Like when I was thinking, this is only going to be a couple of months, and then we'll have our answer in the end of the story. And I'm still. I
had no idea. I'm now going to add to that pressure, Josh, and buy your book pre-order. So
please,
Josh, I want an autographed copy of it, please.
Yeah, so do I.
I will probably just like end up autographing all the pre-ordered ones, because like why the fuck not? I'll be like, thank you, because they did, because like. I'm in like a more steady job now, but when I was like starting, when I had to pay for like some of the initial like costs of it, I was relying on the pre-orders, and I managed to like just sell enough in order to like be able to fund it all, which was fucking brilliant. I was really like stunned. You want an autographed copy? Then buy it and send me an email to make a note.
I'm in London a lot, Josh. So me and you are going to go out on the beer, and you're gonna sign one of those bad boys in front of me, and I'll be like, an original. I
know. If you guys meet up on a Saturday night, by Sunday morning, Colin will have a picture of the book with you signing one of his arse cheeks, and he'd be sending that to me. He'd be like, "Yeah, just sign it, Josh. It'll be okay."
I can't believe he let you give it away. I was going to buy him lots of alcohol and make him just think it's his idea. I can't.
Never signed someone's ass before. Oh, the pen.
I was just going to say in ink.
Yes, we've got to one of the new levels. Yes, a new level.
As soon as you said that, I knew exactly where you were.
I knew where he was going with it, exactly.
God, we're all...
Right. Very quickly, we're going to end on AMC, and we're going to talk a little bit around what happened this week, so last week. So AMC joined the Russell 1K, the Russell 1000. And so as part of that whole entry into the Russell 1000, there's a mandatory requirement that the index buys a large amount of the stock to allow it to basically support its buoyancy within the Russell, right? So that's the whole idea behind it. And so 8 million shares were meant to be bought by the Russell to offset that, but AMC has been 100% utilized. There are no stocks available to buy in AMC, and that's been the way for
99 days.
It must be longer than that now. It's got to be
days, I think
99 days. So,
99 days, yeah.
so 99 days. AMC has had no stock to buy, but they seem to be able to. What's that? What's this popped up there?
I can't see anything.
I no idea. Yeah. So
Me sharing my screen. I was sharing my website from my booth.
Oh wait, is that you? Is it? Okay, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So there you go.
There we go.
Yes, look at that. So
It's just my poorly designed cover. I can't guarantee it's going to look like this. There's actually going to be someone professional. It's one of the things I had to pay for.
Cool. Buy Josh's book.
For illustration purposes.
There's Josh.
Yeah.
Look, you look so young without the beard.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is that a picture of you when you started writing the book? And this is
Pretty much, yeah. I've aged horribly. Yeah, that is literally from last year, actually. I think.
Is that so? Is that whenmoon.com? Is it
when-moon.com? Spelt correctly without the H.
Yeah.
And you can watch the trailer from my book there as well.
That is still one of my favourite parts of this saga is when Lambo, when Moon, and all that, and the Algos picked up the Wendy's, and the stocks just went through the roof on Wendy's book. It's like that's absolutely brilliant.
Is it when.moon? Yeah.
When-moon.
Like, what? Do you know what? Restream's let me down. I think the app we use has crashed basically, and it's still recording stuff. It did really well until Josh went, "This app's really good," and then it crashed.
Josh's fault. It's Josh's fault.
It's all Josh's fault.
Yeah.
He's a guest. It's all blame the guest. Yeah. Anyway, so go to www.one-moon.com and buy Josh's book, which I'm going to do after
without
this.
the H.
When, as in WEN, as in Wendy's, as in the stock ticker, and then the hedges went and pumped Wendy's. That was the best bit of January 21 for me. That was the best bit of January 21.
Wait, hang on, the when? No, there was better than that. Did you not see when they were pumping cum? Seriously, it's like CUM was going. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
No.
It's in my book. Yeah. I've got the receipts.
I just heard pumping cum and lost it. Like, okay.
Two pumps and I'm done. So
yeah. 2 pumps.
Maybe we should stop this before it gets any more explicit.
It's getting out of control. So we're going to move back to where we. Sorry,
To the person asking,
sorry, Josh.
Sherry, who's asking, I'm pretty sure, right, that it's my pinned tweet on my profile on Twitter. It is. If you go to my Twitter, it's the pinned tweet. We'll take you to the page.
Good.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Find how to order it. Behold the one commandment: we can stay retarded longer than they can remain silent.
Yeah. Sherry's awesome. When MOASS happens, we're going visiting her. She's putting us up in a spare room, and we'll be a guest for a while.
So Josh, here's an invite. So we always said when MOASS happens and we're all really rich and stuff, and we're all footloose and fancy free.
We're going to Vegas.
No, well, we're going to take the podcast to the US.
We're going to casino.
We're going to take, exactly. But we are going to go to Vegas. That's definitely going to happen. We're going to take the podcast on the road in the US. We're going to do a bit of a road trip around the US. So, mate, you are more than welcome.
Yeah.
And we're going to
visit our listeners, people who contribute, the people we chat with, and just get out and see everyone.
And do big pool parties with us talking for an hour on a podcast, and we'll get people out of the audience to do stupid shit, and then we'll go party for the rest of the weekend. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Oh man, okay. I mean, I have to bring my best friend when we go to Vegas. I have to, because we talked about a post MOASS holiday as well.
Oh
man, him and I have been hodling together, adding one share at a time.
We can do it. We can sell the book. We can sell Josh's book like everywhere we go.
Yes,
buy the book.
Yes, and we'll buy a truckload of them and then sell them on the way around.
Yeah. Rob, so AKA Grumpy Old Gamer UK, has basically offered to be the driver. So he drives fire trucks, fire engines for a living, so he's going to be our driver. So yeah, Rob, you're
Can we
in. Well
rent
done,
a
mate.
fire truck?
Oh, he's a fireman.
He's a fireman.
Yeah, so that's all. So that's all he can drive. So we have to rent a fire truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, yeah. A pod crash fire truck. There you go.
But if we ever go to Amsterdam, don't let him drive there because he's shit at going through the split on the road. Rob will get that joke.
No one's in any state to drive if you go to fucking Amsterdam.
No, Rob was. Oh, that was a fun weekend, wasn't it, Rob?
my stag do. Yeah, it's my stag do.
I've got a great picture of Rob, and he just his face is crumpled because we were crying, laughing for that much. It was. Anyway, carry on. It was your stag do, actually. Yeah,
it was. It was a
15 Elvises in Amsterdam. We all dressed as Elvis.
Steve's on as well now, so yeah. My
favourite moment of that entire weekend was when we missed the ferry because of the massive crash. Obviously, that is
on the A64. Yeah. There was a fatality on the A64, which was
that's not my favourite moment. Yeah,
that wasn't good. And, that wasn't good.
Thoughts with the family, but the motorway was like a car park. Everyone was out, nothing was moving, and a minibus full of Elvises managed to stop in the traffic.
That's us, by the way.
Yeah, next to a prison van, a prison transport van. Yeah. So we said to our driver, Vic, put Jailhouse Rock on as loud as you can get it. So there's like 12 Elvises rocking a prison van to Jailhouse Rock.
There's a picture of us all dancing around the van, and they're banging on the window because they can hear the music, and they can see us dancing around.
Filming us on their phones. They said they're loving it in the back, and we're all like dancing around to Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, it's true.
And that was one of the timid moments from that weekend, wasn't it, Cole?
It really was, mate. Yeah, it really was. Anyway, we're going to finish on AMC. So the AMC have joined the Russell 1000. 8 million shares that need to be bought. They can't find them. No one's bought them. Standard bollocks and corruption. And that's it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Crime. So much crime.
And just to finish off here, Melly is asking... anyone checking on that Assness guy? Where has he gone? The guy that went and shorted AMC and went, come on, Apes, do your worst.
Yeah.
And good for you. I went up 16% on Monday. So good stuff. And just to finish off, Vanguard. A little bit of positivity from Vanguard. It doesn't go, it goes quite far. So this is from Simulation at Tinfoil Hat Flex. Cool. Mutual fund ownership of AMC is 184%, with over 900 million shares. Wow, that's quite nice. 35% are on loan, 22% are shorted. Institutions own 36%, and retail owns 80+%, which is actually not true because we own 100%, because the CFO of AMC has confirmed that.
Does that actually say that they own 184% of the company?
No, it's AMC is 184% owned, just off the knowledge of what they have.
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean. What?
Yeah.
Fuck you. This is fuck you. That's like all I have to say about this. Like, fuck you. No one can own 184% of anything. Like, can you imagine the outrage if we find out someone owned like 184% of a Liverpool Football Club? Like, can you imagine, like,
and they still couldn't win the fucking league.
Yeah, fuck you, man. We were Gerrard almost fucking like had it for us with Villa, and then they couldn't hold on. Are
you a Scouts fan?
Can I just say before Rob comments on the chat, Rob is a massive Man City fan. So I'm expecting. Shots fired, Sherry. Shots fired.
Must be a real nice to be like an oil money club, like nice history.
Oh, gosh, yeah. It's okay. I don't mind it is Scouts now. I don't mind it is Scouts. Yeah,
I'll start on this one. Right, that's it. I think you'll never beat City, says Rob.
Someday you'll see a full stadium, man. I promise. Like someday.
I think Rob has 6 season tickets already.
He does. He's basically 600% overinflated. He just sits around the stage.
Yeah, can you imagine if they sold seats for 184% of Anfield?
Exactly.
Rob owns 180% of his seats.
It'd be right. That's That's what fucking happened in the Champions League final. They oversold. That's literally what fucking happened. There was people turning up with like big versions of the fucking tickets. Like this is it's actually what fucking happened. And there was outrage. There was more outrage about that than there was about like the 140% short idiot that they admitted.
You've triggered Rob in the chat. Rob is triggered. So yeah. Anyway, there you go.
He's
right.
going to drive his fire engine down to London tonight and just to like put his hose through your window.
And this
that'd be a job. If he does that, I will just applaud because I don't know how the fuck he's getting it in my window. But like, if he can park a truck somewhere where you can get it in, like, fair play. Man.
And stick his knob through your window. That's a whole new revelation of elements. Yeah. Anyway, so look at Vanguard. Look at Vanguard saying, yeah, AMC 184% that we know. I mean, you know, the just to sort of finish on this, the whole overshorting, you know, has gone from 100%, 200%, 300%, 500%. You know, they think GME is over 9,000% overshorted. 9,000% overshorted.
Yeah, ridiculous. I still think it was.
No one know how many shares there are. Like, how does no one know this information?
They know the shares, but they don't know how many. Yeah, somebody knows. You know how many shares are out there?
I think someone knows. Do you really think someone knows?
Yeah, I'm sure someone's got an idea of how much has been.
They would become
how much fuckery
the famous person in the world if they were to leak this information.
I know.
If anyone is listening who has access to this, please fucking leak it.
Yeah. You will be included in the preface of Josh's book.
Yes, I will personally ensure that you're like inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's what you deserve.
Can I ask that we're included in your book as well? That'd be lovely. Thank you very much.
Sure, I'm sure we can squeeze you in.
Hey, Josh, you're a regular on the show. welcome to the Great Escape podcast.
Yeah. I seriously, we're definitely having him back on because he's brilliant.
Oh, he's brilliant. All right, you're definitely coming back on. So we're gonna wrap it up there because we are literally 46 minutes and 58 seconds over where we need to be. So you need to go away and visit this gentleman here. So this is Josh. He owns the Jist, thegist.co.uk. He has a YouTube channel, which is brilliant, by the way. You should definitely go on there. So if you put the Jist in YouTube, you will get Josh's channel because I tried it. But it's youtube.com/c/the Jist. And if nothing else, go on to his Twitter channel, which is @give_me_the Jist. And you will get everything you need, and buy his book because it looks really good.
Yeah. All these will be in our Twitter. They'll all be, if you're in it, you're on it. They'll all be included in our Twitter and Facebook and what else do we on call? Spotify and everything. They'll all be on everything. So
Amazon, an endorsement for my book. There is swearing in the book. Like, I decided that, like, this is a good thing. I was like considering whether I was allowed to swear or whether I would like try and sanitize some of the content, and I was just like, fuck that. You just lose all of the you lose half the personality if I was to sanitize it. So
exactly. It's
like my editor said he was reading it, just laughing at some of the stuff because like I've included. It's mostly about the community themselves, and that's like because I've seen because the other two guys who wrote books about this, they just wrote about the 2 weeks in January, and they had like a couple of like people who made money on it involved in the book, and then like hedge fund people, and it was like a well told story, but they completely missed the point. So this is like there's plenty about all the stupid.
We had a full conversation about like how sweary can we get about dropping the C-bomb and everything. It was,
we didn't.
We fucking did.
It was absolutely no conversation about it whatsoever.
It was with our first C-bomb was with a guest special with Rach. We met Rach.
Episode 4. Episode 4 of the podcast. So go www.podcast. Blah 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 blah.
How sweary can you get? And it's like, should we see the C-bomb? She was like, it's just fucking cunt. Say it. Like, okay, there it is. It's
actually, there's a podcast.
Kenny is a cunt.
Yeah,
that's what you should have titled this episode. Kenny is.
Do you know what? We're gonna finish on that. Let me you carry on talking between yourselves.
Did you see the right? Okay. speaking of Rach, she put a picture of herself on Twitter with a load of batteries saying, "Thank you for my vibrator batteries, Radio Shack." And then Radio Shack.
God bless you, Rach. I love you. We need to get you back
Radio
on.
Shack also did a tweet saying, "If you find a squirter, marry her." And then it went viral. It went
viral.
And then
it's Rach's fault.
Radio Shack, it went viral. And then today I read a tweet saying from Radio Shack, it might be yesterday, I can't remember, saying, I'm paraphrasing it, I can't remember the exact words, but I can't believe my tweet went viral. I didn't expect to have to apologise to lots of people, but I'm not apologising because my tweet was fire. It was fire as fuck. I'm happy with it. I'm not fired. Belt up, bitches. It's like, this is fucking awesome. Radio Shack kicking the shit out of stuff.
Rach, we fucking love you. Right, let me share this because this is the thing that Sam is talking about. So this is our website. So this is our YouTube channel. So it's greatescapepodcast.com. All you great guys, greatescapepodcast8.com. It's this one here. So let me bring it up. Where is it?
Wait on. What are you doing? Welcome to the Great Escape.
Episode 4. I told you episode 4.
You fucking Rain Man with the podcast.
I know. How about this? So these are all the cork pops that we've done across the shows over the last few weeks.
You clip out all the songs.
Yeah, it took me ages.
That's dedication, man.
2, 3.
Oh, man, you could totally remix that.
I might just like pee my pants a little bit.
That's the soundbite.
That's the soundbite. We're done. That's it. We've captured it.
That was a funny episode.
Oh,
Rach is a great sport.
Yeah.
Rach is a really good sport. You want to get on.
I think she peed her pants and she fell off a couch twice during that. She got very drunk.
She did, and yeah, there you go. But we've not done a cork pop for ages, but we used to cork pop everything we did because we drink whiskey, right? So we used to cork pop.
I've got
I got a screw top. Yeah. I could. Do you know what? I'm going to play a bit of tradition already. There you go. There's a nice cork pop. So we used to cork pop all the time. So I went through about 12 podcasts worth of cork pops and created that, and yeah, it was funny. And she basically said that she peed herself laughing. Anyway, there you go. That was it. End of it. 100. Oh God, an hour and 52 minutes. This is ridiculously over where we are. Josh, thank you extremely lots. Mate. Brilliant. You are 100% coming on again. I think maybe next week. Maybe we get you on next week. Why not? I get you right because you've brought a slightly different insight to the podcast. Thank you, everyone on chat.
Very angry side.
Yeah. No, I mean, join your rants. We should have it, even if he doesn't come on the podcast.
Open mics next week.
Record us a rant and send it in, and we can have Josh's rants.
Josh's rants.
I'll send you a rant because next week I'm interviewing. Next Thursday I'm interviewing a guy called Gerald Schroeder. Who has written a book about the convergence of science and religion. So that's going to be
that's far too highbrow for us.
Very excited about that.
Well, sort of. Actually,
we'd be getting drunk with him as well.
If you are bored, Josh, this is a very good book. I don't know if
I've heard about this book.
Yeah, this book is absolutely amazing. So Singularity is near. So this is a book my brother suggested to me about how basically technology and basically humans are morphing together, like nanotechnology type stuff. And you want to go and read it. This is absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, this book was written probably 10 years ago, but it's so relevant. Yeah, so relevant. So yeah, it's a good book to read. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Right, there you go. Right, brilliant, Josh. Thank you very, very much. You are now a regular. There you go. Sorry, you are a regular. So that's just the way. That's the way it goes. Yeah. Thank you.
You're part of the Great Escape history, archive, Zeitgeist, whatever you want to call it.
I'm playing it
with us.
I'm playing it. I'm playing it.
Oh wow!
Golden banana. Golden banana. I played this for ages, haven't we?
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, Josh, but every now and again,
you're in a Hall of Fame now.
yeah, somebody receives the golden banana, and tonight it's for you.
Oh, I feel so honored.
Josh, you have got the golden banana. You're in a very rare, very select number of people. So I think we've got Wet Dirt Kurt,
exclusive club.
We've got Wet Dirt Kurt for showing his arsehole on
Market Watch.
Market Watch.
That was amazing. You've not seen that go. Oh, I can't remember what podcast it was. But it was
really was. It really was that. It was very very nice. And then we've got Ben Werman. For doing his DD. So Ben is epic, right? So we love Ben. Ben's
Ben has promised to be my MOASS guest on the podcast. So whenever it starts to happen, we're just going to start streaming.
Bitch, it's meant to be ours. You bitch! How dare you?
And then just putting it all about.
Ben is listening. He's promised. I have it in writing. Like, I've got the receipts, man. I'll ruin you.
We've not got that. Yeah, okay. Damn you, Ben. And then we've got Dave Lauer, who's on there. We've got Peter Arhan, that was on there as well. So anyway, there you go. You've made it to an exclusive club. Congratulations. Right, Josh, thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Josh's guest, for joining the stream as well. It was really good of you. Thank you very much. It was it's great to interact with you.
Hope you enjoyed it, guys.
Yeah, and we're back again next Thursday. So I'd like to have Josh back on next Thursday. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like I said, I'm already pre-booked for the podcast. Yeah. I'm rammed with stuff to do because I'm away for a couple of weeks at festivals, and I need to have all the podcasts done before I leave. So, and you got a cool T-shirt as well. We talked about it earlier. You got a cool T-shirt on. So cool, Josh. Thank you very much. I'd be happy to come back on in the future, though. Yeah, man, totally.
More than
Josh,
anytime.
You are more than welcome.
We can, because we're all in the same country. If we can't meet up and get a IRL, then we need to sort that shit out.
I'm sure
we are. And I also want to. I want to quickly push another podcast that we're doing as well. So we've got a new podcast called Whiskey, Pies and Lies that's coming out, which is actually it's myself and Sam and 5 other friends of ours that we're all basically very old friends, like 30, 40 years of friends.
Yeah.
And that will probably be a horrible, really messy affair where it's not Stong related. It's just going to be general debauchery.
Yeah.
In every way. Actually, Rob, I'm thinking we probably should invite you on.
We
should probably invite Rob onto this as well. Yeah. So, Rob, if you want to get involved with this, you can be the 8th member of the debauchery squad. And it's just basically getting drunk and just chatting shit. That's what we're going to do. So, Josh, you could be a guest on that if you wish as well.
As our listenership flourishes, we will ask you to give us the topics of the week, and then we will discuss them.
Basically, it's going to be an hour show.
And literally, anything
2 topics,
goes.
Anything goes, and it'll just end up just talking shit for an hour, basically.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty damn good to me.
Awesome, Josh. Thank you. Listen, thank you very much for coming on.
Josh can come on that one as well. He can be our.
Of course, he can.
Yeah, you can be.
Right, we're wrapping up because we can't do 2 hours because that would be sacrilege. So, Josh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything. Go and visit Josh's website. It's thegist.co.uk. Go on there, have a look, and go and visit his YouTube channel. Which is on there as well. So youtube.com/c/the gist, and knock him up on Twitter.
Really?
Is that not the term?
Is that not the vernacular?
Knock me up. Come on.
Knock Josh up on Twitter. Thank you very much. That is it. I'm going to play some music, and
as always, unedited as it is. This is how we are, and we'll say laters.
Goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye bye.